friends! Welcome back to CERITERA with me. I am Gabriela Deborah from Yuk Kita Bicara Public Speaking course. How are you today, friends? I hope you're good today. Alright, friends. Today, I want to tell you a story about the unbreakable bond of the Sparta kingdom. This story is about three siblings that loved each other so warmly. But one day, one of them got taken. What happens after that? Let's find out. Once upon a time, in a powerful land called the Sparta kingdom, there lived three siblings. Daniel, the eldest, who became king at just the age of 19. When their father passed, the crown fell over his shoulders far too soon. Yet Daniel was wise beyond his years. He was calm, disciplined, and kind. Next, Steve, the middle brother. He loved magic so much he was quiet, and he dreamed to protect his brothers with the power of spells. Last but not least, there was Ben. Ben could never be separated from his brothers. He loves his brothers so warmly. But one day, everything changed. The sound of galloping horses filled the entire city. Ben! Ben! Where are you? Shouted one of the knights. The youngest prince was missing. Let's go back to the night before it all has begun. Steve, drawn by the glow of the moon, had wandered to the riverside, and there, ahead of him, stands someone that he don't know. A man dressed in all black, tall, his eyes shimmering like silver. Steve, said the man, you will one day protect your kingdom and your brothers. Take this. It may break a curse. The man handed Steve a necklace with a white crystal on it. Confused, Steve wanted to ask some questions. But before he could ask anything, the man vanished into the night. Shoo. Confused, Steve went back to the kingdom, only to find chaos. And there, ahead of him, stands someone that he absolutely knew. Steve! Daniel shouted. Where have you been? Ben's gone! Daniel cried. They don't know where Ben is. Far away in a shadowed land called the Mystic Kingdom, Ben had been taken away by the famous evil wicked queen called Bellatrix. She was known for conquering kingdom and enslaving people. Bellatrix smiled coldly at Ben. Your kingdom is strong, little prince, she hissed. Serve me and you may live, said Bellatrix. Ben glared coldly at her. My brothers, they will find me and they will save me from you, evil witch. Just then, a voice shouted from the stairs. Mother, stop! It was Terry, Bellatrix's own son, with his brother Kai. Slowly, Terry lifted Ben up with using his magic. And for months, Terry and Kai had secretly cared for Ben. Without Bellatrix knowing, they even tried sending messages to the Sparta kingdom. Yet somehow, it never reached its destination. A year and a month has passed, and Sparta kingdom has slowly lost hope. Daniel buried himself in his duties as a king, and Steve studied magic even more. And one night, something called on to Steve. That same necklace It was glowing faintly in his drawer. Slowly, he placed it around his neck, whispering, "Ben, where are you?" And at that same time, Daniel has received a dreadful news. Mystic Kingdom had declared war with Sparta Kingdom. Both of the brothers prepared for the war, and Daniel's voice rang across the city halls. "My people, prepare, for the storm is coming. We fight for family, for Sparta, for hope," said Daniel, shouting. And in Mystic Kingdom, Ben had been forced by Bellatrix to join her army, and under her dark spell, Ben obeyed. Terry and Kai were heartbroken, but they were powerless. The next morning, the war began. Thunder roared as the two armies began clashing at each other in the front gates of Sparta. Bellatrix stepped forward, her black cloak swirling in the wind. "Daniel," she sneered, "it's over for you and your people." Daniel stood tall, his sword gleaming. "Not while I still breathe." Bellatrix smiled coldly. "Then meet my strongest warrior, Prince Ben of Sparta," she announced. Ben stepped forward, his eyes cold, his wand pointed at them. Daniel and Steve both looked at Ben. They couldn't believe what they are seeing right now. "Ben, no!" as he shoved Ben aside. And Kai fired a spell at Bellatrix, making her wand flew from her hand, landing near Terry. With a deep breath, Terry grabbed it and he looked at Steve's glowing necklace, shattering it. A burst of white lightning swirled to the air, wrapping Ben like a storm. The curse broke. "Daniel, Steve," Ben whispered. The brothers ran to him, embracing him through tears. Bellatrix wanted to cast another spell, and she screamed in fury. But before she could do anything, the guards seized her aside. Peace returned at last. Bellatrix was imprisoned. Terry and Kai returned home, ruling the Mystic Kingdom with kindness instead of cruelty. And as for the three brothers, they returned home together again. And from that day on forward, Sparta Kingdom is no longer just powerful. It was unbreakable by the bond of three brothers. And that is the end of the story. They lived happily ever after. The end. Alright friends, the moral value that we can take from this story is kindness will always find its way and its time. Just needs patience. I am Gabriela Deborah from Yukita Bicara Public Speaking course. Thank you for listening. See you on the next CERITERA. Bye bye.